This is right. I could use a hot chocolate right about now. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Nick from Nick's Crossing. Welcome to the train room. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. If you guys are watching this a different time of year, Merry Christmas. Why not? Today, you guys are going to see the best Lionel Christmas set that could ever be represented in the history of Lionel Christmas sets. So here we go, everyone. All aboard. Alright everyone, so for today's video I decided to dress up in some Polar Express garb. I got my robe on, Christmas shirt, and check out these awesome loafers I found. Just like the movie, those kids wore loafers or slippers while in the snow, on train cars, all those crazy stunts they did, all in a pair of like sleepwear slippers. So I thought these would fit my personality. They're very rock and roll. Pretty spicy shoes, if I may say. Alright, so I do have some theories about the Polar Express movie and plotline. So, in the beginning of the movie, you see the hero boy fall asleep, and he wakes up to the sound of a steam train riding down his street, which is awesome in every aspect possible. I'd love to have that down the street, all of a sudden a Berkshire or a K4, because I'm in Pensy land, coming rolling down the street, and I'd hop on the train. That'd be so awesome, but unfortunately, probably wouldn't happen unless you were dreaming. Now, I got a little bit older and I started thinking about this movie, and then after the movie, when he returns home, wakes up in the morning, you see this under the Christmas tree. This is a pre-war Lionel 1630 passenger car right here. It mimics the Pullman car. Actually says Pullman right there. And I thought about it. How many times did I dream about toys or trains or events that happened and they became very real to me? Like this car, looking at this, it's a toy train. But then you think about this. You know, as a kid, I went to Strasbourg a lot and still go there. I would dream about this being a real live train. And if you look at the train in the movie, it is very similar to the Polar Express cars. So I thought about it. Maybe he was just dreaming about his Lionel train set under the tree, which is like perfect marketing. The thing that seals the deal to me is that Mr. C sends him that letter at the end of the movie saying, better fix that hole in your pocket. And he looks down and there's still a hole in his robe. And it's, you know, just an amazing plot twist there. And the cool thing is that movie was actually directed by Robert Zemeckis, very famous for the Back to the Future series and lots of other awesome movies. So, kind of a sci-fi twist in a way. Alright guys, so we're going to go trackside, check out the beautiful 1225 and her 4 passenger cars. So here we go. Alright guys, so here's the 1225 284 Class A1 steam locomotive, also known as the Berkshire or Berkshire. So over 600 of these locomotives were built between the Lima Locomotive Works, Baldwin, Alco, and a total of 19 different railroads purchased the Berkshires, including the Erie, who owned 105, more than other railroads, Chesapeake and Ohio, who named them the Kanawas, and also the Louisville Nashville Railroad, whose locomotives were technically designated as Class M1, were referred to as the Big Emmas. I've actually heard of them as Big Emmas. I think that's really cool. So out of all 600 plus Berkshires built in the United States, only 20 of them are known to reside in different states, and only 2 of them are known to be in operating status. The 1225 Pierre Marquette and 765 Nickel Plate Road, which is the classic look that I've seen these in. I've actually seen 2 Nickel Plate Road Berkshires in my life. One of them was at the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum, and the other one was at Steamtown. Alright, so I'm going to go front to back with this locomotive, pointing out some of the cool features of this very simple locomotive. So if you look at the front, we have a plow cow catcher. This is all made of die cast. We have all these extra steps in here, all molded in the shell. Steps that go up to the grab iron, goes all the way back to the cab. We have a swivel bell up front. That's really cool. It's non-operational, but just kind of glides around. Operating headlight and marker lamps. These are green, which look really cool as the train goes around the track. We also have all the riveting detail in the pistons that you guys can see, and just tons of detail stamped into the shell. So I'm going to move the train up, we'll go through the side of the locomotive. Alright guys, so here's the side of the 1225. So up front we have this awesome die-cast pilot truck with the little Timken stamp underneath. I thought that was such a great detail. All this riveting across your cylinders up top, on the shell, all of this is stamped in. We have an operating chuff smoke unit, so it's not a fan driven, but this thing puts out a ton of smoke. And the smoke actually billows out the sides, kind of giving a cylinder effect, which I thought was pretty cool. So you're also able to turn off and on the smoke unit by flipping a toggle switch inside the cab right above the firebox. This locomotive also has the ability to lock the reverse units. Alright guys, I can't forget the tender does have a sound, a classic Lionel air whistle. Which at first I was kind of upset. I was like, oh man, it only has the air whistle. But it is a classic Lionel piece with that air whistle. It brings back so many memories growing up running my dad's post-war locomotives or post-war stuff that we would pick up at train shows. So I really do like the air whistle, and it's just such a classic sound. Now Lionel does make a rail sounds tender for, you know, an aftermarket price around $150. That's like the highest I've seen of them. I've also seen them all the way down to about 120 bucks on eBay. So eventually I will pick up a rail sounds tender because this locomotive and lash up with the tender is only done with the classic, you know, classic pin right there. So I can actually hook up whatever tender I want. Alright guys, I'm going to go through some of the basic operations of the locomotive. So let's turn the engine on. It's in neutral right now, so let's put it in forward. There we go. And reverse. Nice. Very smooth operating locomotive. And here's forward again. Alright guys, so here are the 4 cars we'll be running today. The first car is a general coach. It also has the 10-year anniversary badge right here in the smallest print ever. So the next car is the marionette coach. Lots of fun animals and people in there. Just like the movie, you have the marionette of Scrooge powered by the hobo, which is kind of fun. Also kind of terrifying at the same time. Next is another general coach. You can also see some of the figurines in there, look like characters from the movie. Next, we have the observation coach. Now the interesting thing about this coach, it is missing the balcony that should be here, but those cost about 15 to 20 bucks on eBay to replace. So until I find the need or the time to get the part, it's going to be just like this, but it works great. All these cars are lighted and they look amazing going down the tracks with the lights off. You also can't forget about Billy right there. He is the only person sitting in this car silhouette-wise. Alright everyone, 1225 is all hooked up and ready to pull. So today we'll be running her with the amazing scent of coffee. Yes, the adult version of hot chocolate. But I love hot chocolate, and I also hear a lot of guys run their Polar Express specifically with JT's Mega Steam hot chocolate scent. So hold on everyone, all aboard, here we go. Alright everyone, that's going to conclude this review of the 1225 Polar Express and her 4 coaches there. So guys, my opinion with this set, I believe the Lionel Polar Express set revolutionized the consumer market and sparked the consumer market in Lionel toy and classic trains. And a great example of this is that my girlfriend Nikki is not a train person. Really, she's not a toy or model train person. She just kind of puts up with my antics. But she loves the Polar Express set. She loves this set because it's one of her favorite Christmas movies of all time, and she's always wanted this set. So when I picked up this set, she was like, wow, like I can't believe you bought this. And honestly, the cars do belong to her. The engine I might be able to give to her as well. So we'll have to see about that. But anyways, guys, hopefully you had a great time watching this review of the beautiful Polar Express 1225 set and her 4 coaches. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, always consider subscribing. Make sure to hit that bell for all so you don't miss railfan content, layout updates, and reviews just like this. Also, giving the video one of these really helps out. And I love to read your guys' comments. Maybe you had one of these sets or still have it to this day. But until next time, everyone, make sure to fix that hole in your pocket. Happy railroading, and I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas.